this new video. In today's video, we are going to discuss weapon loadouts and how they are created. So, we will dive back into the history. So, how do setups exist in battlebay? Setups are ideas and certain combinations of weapons and theory behind them. Let's say you have a setup like this: a railgun, a missile, a torpedo, a grenade, and a sniper cannon. That is practically a weapon combination. And each of these combinations have their own strengths and weaknesses, which is why spamming is wrong. How do you create one? That is what you guys ask, probably. Well, you create them with your own logic and preference of weapon selections. For instance, normally I will never, ever want a big torpedo in my loadout. Why? Because I'm too afraid I miss it like there. But in this clip, I practically almost didn't miss the big torpedo for some kind of dark reason. And you have reasons for putting weapons behind certain situations. Like right here, that idiot Kua Old 1 just completely rushed into my torpedo and got 1700 damage. But you see, the stupid thing is that each setup has a counter. And this setup practically is strong, but it's not strong at close range. Because then I only have like 3 weapons to counter people with, and not like all the weapons. So this setup is best when you fight like mid-tier damage. When you attack in mid-range, long range, that stuff. And this is the reason why you don't want to spam torpedoes. Torpedoes are good, but don't spam them. If you do spam them, you end up getting this damage. Now, of course, I have a lot to learn about this setup, because right now, as the day is, I am not good with this setup. I'm still developing. So yeah, that is a con about it. So this setup remains still under development. And yeah, that is practically it. Now, why is spamming wrong? Spamming is playing in the same way over and over and over again. Is it boring? Yes, it is boring. It is extremely boring. And the reason it is boring is because there is no skill required. And because you keep aiming and playing in the same way. Because torp spammers sit in the backlines, spamming their torpedoes. Railgun spammers stay at long range in the backlines with their weapons loaded and aim at you as first as they see it. Cannon spammers can be fun, but they just rush in brain deadly at the right moment and do enormous damage. Plus, cannons are easily outnumbered, so please be careful. And then, yeah, they're all the same. Mortar spammers sit in the backlines behind a wall spamming their mortars. And that's just lame. I can't name anything else, but it's so freaking lame, these people. I hope that they get some skill later on, but I highly doubt that. After watching this video, you will be like, ah yeah, I gotta develop a real setup, not spam. The most common mistakes that people make on making a setup is making it one imbalanced, and the second is listening to players like me. And they always ask like, what's the best setup? I can tell you, there is no best setup, and that is the truth. Sure, there is a meta build for shooter. Sure, there is a meta build for the enforcer. Sure, there is a meta build for the interceptor. And sure, there is a meta build for the fixer and all these other ships, except for the defender, of course, because the defender died. If you guys want to see a video about defender, how it died, uh, make sure you hit the like button on this video if you want to, and subscribe to my channel if you want to stay updated for every content that I make. Sorry if I didn't introduce this earlier, but okay. It would really help me out, but I'm not gonna beg every time for subscribers or something. That's just no. Anyways, I hope you all do well, and all the second mistake is just looking at the top players, and they will be like, okay, so this person is practically using explosive cannon. Maybe I could use that too in low lane. And then you keep looking and you see like, and grenade. Oh, that must be a really overpowered weapon. And then you equip a grenade and then it turns out it's very weak and you don't know how to use it properly. And you end up disliking a weapon that's actually fucking overpowered. And you will be like, what am I doing wrong? And then you watch this clip and you see like, it needs training. That's why. And then you understand, we beginners always learn the hard way. They always learn the hard way. Like, you know that, right? You are in a game and you're first there. Everyone's calling you a noob for some kind of dark reason. And that happened to me as well. I had 50% win rate. And later on, I had 60% win rate on my main account then. It took a very long time to build it up, but it happened. I had around 60% win rate from 50 to 60, increasing up on like 3 years or something. But you saw definitely improvement. You definitely saw the improvement that I had on my account. And look at me now. Am I much different than I was back then? I don't think so. But you see, the main reason here is I learned the hard way. Because you see, you can copy setups. You can copy the meta setups. But don't you think that's a little lame? Because let me be very clear on this. Like, don't you think it's very lame to copy a build from the best player ever? I mean, come on, you don't even understand why that person is using those specific weapons. Like, if you were to look at this setup, you would say it's a good setup. But do you know how to use it? No, you don't. Why? Because I play completely different than everyone else in this community. Everyone has their own playstyle, and that cannot be copyrighted. Just like Kurora. Some people try to be Kurora, which is a legend that died, but still, some people try to be him. And you know what? They actually fail. They fail miserably. So many people try to copy Kurora and everyone does it completely wrong. And even I will try to do it, but I guess I will just fail. So I guess I stick to shooter. And you see, this is one of the main reasons how metas exist. Because of YouTubers, because of certain players. That's how metas are created. And for every meta, there is a counter. And if there is no counter, most likely it will be nerfed. And I'm not joking there. That is literally how it always goes. So yeah, that is just the harsh truth. That's just the harsh reality behind it. And now, the best thing that you can do is create your own setup. And what happens then? Well, you can bring back past that loadouts like I do. And if you do like to do that, make sure to do it. I like to explore new setups, and this is one of them. You guys know that already. This is one of those things. And yes, I got this perk just today, reach fire grenades. And before people ask, why don't you equip it on your epic? Because I already have that one on my epic grenade. Because if you guys think I keep walking around like that with that grenade, you're stupid. Like, how powerful is my enforcer build gonna be if I equip all my items right now? How strong is it gonna be? How strong? Oh my god. Oh my god. 900. Oh my. Oh my. That is OP. Wait, let me actually swap that perk right there. Ah shit, I don't have enough pearls. That's okay. But you can bring back dead setups like this and then play them, and you will be like, ah yeah, I'm gonna bring this setup back alive, and people are gonna respect me. Because I found this setup purely on accident. And before people ask, what was this setup meant for? This setup was meant as a counter respawn to the OP defender back then. And now I will make a discussion about the defender later on, maybe today as well. Depends on how my mood is, but I'm probably gonna make it. But this was meant as a counter against the defender in the past. The sniper was meant for long range, and the double grenade launchers were just son of a bitch, and you couldn't hit them that easily. The enforcer, because the enforcer, is like very agile. Like you can't hit it that easily. And as you can see right there, I just completely avoided that damage there. Rushing in, and yeah. You just sail behind the waves and you hope you hit someone. Like, you can see how overpowered grenade spam is, right? I hope you can see that, because if you don't, you will be very ignorant. You will be sorry. Please don't kill me. I'm gonna kill you, because no matter what you do, you're dead. Why? Because Marine Force 1 is back in the house, bitch. Oh man, I love Sniper. I have such high accuracy as an enforcer. Like, the accuracy that I have is so terrifying. You died because of a mine. Oh my. Oh mine. Bruh. Okay, that's an overused joke. I'm sorry, guys. Just look, I barely take any damage. I'm gonna rush in, okay? FBI, open up. Hi. Bye. Die. Yeet. You died because of a grenade. How stupid. You thought you were invincible, but you're not. And that, my dudes, is how you play properly a setup. And I know what some of you guys are gonna say. You guys are probably gonna say, but this is grenade spam. Trust me. Trust me. This may seem in your eyes very easy and very skillless. But in reality, it's completely different, because what you need to pay attention to, and that is what you guys forget, is using continuously the waves and aiming at the same time. So you need to combine those two things at the same time. And on the other hand, you also need to pay attention to the enemy's composition, because if there is a speeder, you're gonna be dead. Why? Because if you don't watch out, they will catch you. So, that is my theory here. And yeah, that is also the reason why not every setup is good in every situation. Because if I were to play here the demo setup that is meant for demolition, that setup that I showed earlier at the beginning of this video, that setup would have done here like nothing if there was a speeder. Why? Because the speeder keeps nitroing and it's very hard to hit a big torpedo on a guy like that. Unless they're stupid enough to rush into the torpedo with their nitro. But yeah, that is the theory here. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. So put theory behind the weapons that you select. And yeah. Don't spam, okay? Just don't spam. That's the number one rule that you need to remember. Don't spam. Especially on shooter, by the way. Like on Enforcer, you can spam whatever you want, but don't do it on other ships. Not on Interceptor, not on Shooter, not on Defender. Well, you can spam X Cannon with the flare, but that setup is only good for low league. Why? Because you lack range and you get taken out before you can take out others with your explosive cannons. And because the Interceptors have Nitro, so they can easily slip away from you. Yeah. Anyways, that was my guide. I hope you enjoyed. Adios. Wish you a wonderful day. Ciao.